How y'all dickheads doing? It is I, once again, Dick Record, coming to you live from the studio in New York City. Today, I'm going to be finishing this wallet, which I've been making for a friend, over the course of 3 streams. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, come over to twitch.tv/Dick Record. Link in the description where you can catch me streaming video games, a little bit of Leathercraft, and other sort of nonsense every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But with that out of the way, I think it's time we get into this, right? There's only a little bit of work that we have to do today to finish this. And by a little bit of work, I mean like probably actually more than I think it is. I got to do some sanding, right? We got to do some sanding all along the edges to make sure that both the corners are rounded off. I clipped them a little bit. Thought I clipped them. Maybe I didn't clip this one. I clipped them a little bit at the end of the last stream. We got to sand to round the corners and to even up the any bumpiness or unevenness on the sides. Then we bevel the edges if they need to be. Probably the back needs to be at the very least. And then we apply Free Brings Edge Coat and Tokonoru. Probably show the sandpaper there too. It might make for a good graphic? I don't know. Anyway, sandpaper. There we go. Hey, what's up? Hunter, how you doing? How's your week been, man? It's Saturday. Are you as tired as I am? You're probably more tired. Actually, I shouldn't even like compare with you. I know that you're always having problems with sleeping. I am not 100% thrilled with how the stitching came along the back, and I think there's a reason for that. Absolutely horrific. That's not great. I don't know what to say about that. That's not great at all. But I also know that like you've always had like as long as I've known you, you've always had like really bad sleep patterns because, you know, well, I mean, I don't want to bring it up again, but you told me, and I'm not thrilled about that for you. Let me let's see. I meant to do this here, and I thought I did, but maybe I did. Okay, ever so slightly. Gotta get that little bit there. Okay. That's actually sticking up a little bit there. So let me trim this down just a little bit. So the great part about having a super duper sharp edge is that when you actually cut things, like, it just goes right through. It's so weird. I'm not used to having super duper sharp edges. You had a hate message. Have you, like, online, or was it online, or was it like did somebody send you a piece of mail? What do you talk? What do you mean a hate message? Like, how did they get it to you? And did you end online? All right. I was gonna ask if you notified the police, and you should notify the police. You really should. Almost though. I mean, like, almost giving you the exact locations, not necessarily cause for concern, just because, like, I mean, I know, like, your general area. You mentioned many times that you're at I'm gonna say it begins with an M. I'm not gonna say any much more about the address, you know. If they don't have like the number, I think you're fine. But you still should totally 100% report it to the police. You need to report that to police because they need to understand that, like, you're being harassed. I mean, like, this is, especially the way that you've described it in the past, it's kind of like a regular thing almost. And I think that people are like, maybe it's just like a group of pranksters who think that it's funny, but like, it's not. And they need to be investigated. You spent 2 to 3 hours talking to the police? Oh boy. DM. Oh, wait, DM. DM. Wait, what do you mean by DM? DW you mean? Wait, is M near a W? No. But, I know that like they're gonna give you like a bunch of like standard things to say, like they're gonna tell you a bunch of standard things like like blah 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 if we don't and like but like also like this has been a problem, right? And this reminds me also, I didn't want to bring it up with you because like I don't want to bring these things up with you because I don't want to like if like the issue has resolved itself and these people stopped harassing you, I don't want to like remind you of the fucking thing. But I brought it up with my my therapist and she said, hold on, I wrote things down. Where did I put that thing that I wrote down? Like if the police are like having difficulties like understanding you and they're not giving you the kind of protection that you deserve under the law, you can, because of your disability, you can actually appeal to like a local what's it called? Fuck, where is it? I can't fucking find it. Someone tell me I threw it out. I really hope I didn't throw it out. Direct message on Twitter. That's not good. I mean that's fucking it's fucked up. Anyway, so you need to talk to a local what's it called group that deals with disabled people's rights and talk to them and say like, listen, I feel like I'm being discriminated against by the police because they're unable to like fully understand me and they're not really making efforts to because of my condition, right? And they should be able to help you, maybe even get you a representative that can like if it's difficult for the police to understand you, who can like work as like a sort of like a I guess a translator, because it sounds like you need somebody, you may need somebody to like talk with the police in essence, right? You know what I mean? Shadows over Innistrad. Oh, hey, what's up, Protest the Bread? I do not know what was going on with that sealed. I don't know that format. I had to look up the cards after the fact. Because that was like my first time even looking at the format. Also, how you doing? Protest the Bread. Welcome aboard. But yeah, Hunter, you definitely should see if there's a local or nationwide group for people with disabilities and be like, hey, listen, like I keep trying to talk to the police about this thing that keeps happening, and like they're kind of ineffective because I feel like I'm being discriminated against, and they should be able to help you with that. Like maybe get you representatives or something like that to like talk to the police and get you better protection. Because like what's happening to you shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. You know what I mean? My sealed, and there's a draft video going up later for that set. I do not know what's in that set. You don't know how much you enjoy it. Listen, like, it's a wild draft set, and I don't think there's enough synergies in it. Like, I'm used to there being more synergies. More recent draft sets have more synergy, right? Like, if you want to draft vampires, you can force vampires if you have none of the payoffs. I remember trying to go like, where are all the vampires? I have 3 vampires in my vampire deck. Certain synergies or certain archetypes are like removed entirely. Like from what I understand, the emerge cards are like they're sporadically in there at best. You know what I mean? You blocked 50,000 account. No, I don't think that's excessive at all. Hey, thanks for becoming a dickhead. Protest the bread. You're almost to the point. I got you, Lincoln. I got you. Of deleting your social media. So I understand wanting to do that. Especially because it's stressful, right? These people are stressing you out with their harassment. But I also want to say, like, blocking them is important. And like, if you do kind of like go off the platform, essentially they like it's one of those like they're gonna keep harassing you because they think it's funny, and if you leave, then that means they've won. You know what I mean? So I don't. But if you feel like that's the thing that you need to do, right? You should do it simply because like it is an easier way to get out of that shit. You know what I mean? Like it's fucked up that they're even like doing that, but like, you know, I mean, like I think people view Twitter harassment as like, you know, like it's like Nelson said on The Simpsons. It's a victimless crime, like punching someone in the dark, right? And it's just like, but that's not a victimless crime. You know, it's just like you're being a twit for no good fucking reason to somebody else out there, you know, and people have had like actual mental breakdowns because of it. My God, all this sanding is making all this stuff over here. Lincoln, how you doing, by the way? We're today I don't plan on drafting. I hope you're not here to watch me draft, unfortunately. I played like one game today and it was just like I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna play Resident Evil after I finish this wallet. Wallet? How do you guys pronounce wallet? Sometimes I think I'm wrong in saying wallet. And I'll like do alternate pronunciations. Not to fuck with people. Kind of a dip in there. But it's like not deep enough that I feel like I should fill it with something. But I think it is gonna affect the edge coat. Yeah, that's like a lot of accounts to ban, you know, and that's why like part of me is like maybe you should. I don't know. I don't want them to win. And that's how these trolls win. It's just like, haha, we chased another person off the platform. And like they're automatically just sending these out these messages out. It's not like they're spending as much effort as you might be doing to block them even. They're like using software to like set up 40 or so bots, and then the bots are just doing it for them, you know what I mean? Did you bring the ice cream cake for the rest of us, Lincoln? Well, blocking them is a reaction. I agree with that, Lincoln, but also blocking them prevents them from like they'll need another account to do it again. You know what I mean? As opposed to like letting your account get flooded by the same bot, they'll have to make another bot. You know, I would never say don't block them, but like, oh god, that's so many blocks that you're gonna have to do. You know what I mean? I don't envy it. Going back to Innistrad though, at first I thought that there was like after I did a draft after I did that sealed, and during that draft I like there was so little synergy between the cards that I was seeing, and so few oh like I've drafted 2 of the werewolf payoffs. Where are the wolves and werewolves? I think I ended up drafting 2 of like the werewolf lords, the 2/2 for 3 that make it so they don't transform or they stop transforming, which is it's meant to lock them into their transformed state, but it could also do you the unfavor of preventing your werewolves from transforming. And I've even seen on a draft video somebody like used one of those werewolves that transforms through an activation cost of like 7 mana, refused to transform because they had they had the lord on board, and it was like, oh no, that's a bit of a nombo there. Either way, I thought that the format had like 600 cards because I just wasn't seeing anything that was like working together, and then I checked that it's like 300 something, and I was like, how is the format this small? And yet like are these archetypes just not supported and you're supposed to just like play the cards, right? Like I know a lot of the humans decks, some of their payoffs are like these giant angels that just do a thing, right? Or rather, well, there's one for humans, I think, and one for spirits. There's a spirit one that just like it every upkeep or every your upkeep, it puts in spirit from your graveyard back into your hand, and it's like, well, that seems like you win, like automatically. Like I just like you just outvalue them unless they kill it before you get any value off of it. It's also like a 4/4 for 5 with flying, so that's a problem in most draft formats. But then, like, how many spirits do you end up drafting? 2. Cool. Like, that's not great. Yeah, that's what I think. I think one should do, Lincoln, is just like quietly just block them. The problem is that, like, 50,000. That's I don't have the energy for that. Some people, when they get like too harassed, what they'll do is they'll just like shut down the account for like a little bit. But again, that just kind of like lets them feel that they've won, right? Because that's what they want. They want to feel like they've won. They want to get that reaction. And I know that like a lot of them take this sort of glee in knowing that like in the past they may or may not have like caused someone to hurt themselves, right? And this shit should be illegal, but like it's almost impossible to track these fuckers, And what was it? I think Twitter doesn't do IP bans, You may be, I might be wrong about that, but I don't think they do IP bans. Twitch definitely doesn't. Twitch should. Oh, Lincoln, that reminds me. The other day, Tofu took care of it because I was streaming. But like I got hit with a bunch of those bots again, despite the fact that my my settings for who can talk in here and how long you have to be verified are set to maximum levels. So somebody or somebody out there is like actually making bots and letting them sit around verified and then having them, do the thing. And it's like, wow, that's dedication. How you doing, Shark? That is dedication. Dedication to being an asshat, but still dedication. How's your week been, Shark? I caught a little bit of the... Let's see. It was not Minecraft. It was League of... Was it League of Legends? Or no, was it Heroes of the Storm? It was like a League of Legends adjacent thing, I think, right? That you were doing on stream. I couldn't stick around for very long. I had to get ready to go for a date. But I caught a little bit of it. I have no idea what's going on in that game. I've seen other people stream it. I've never understood it. I don't even think it's like being a person on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, because I think a person generally won't just harass somebody just because. I think it's just these people are very specifically asshats. Yeah. I think the correct thing is to just like, don't even like make a post. Don't even go like, look at what this person said. Don't do that. I see people do that all the time and it's just like, don't do that. Because this person's watching from like one of their other accounts going like, haha, that's the attention I strive for. Don't even do that. Just block, ban, report, right? And just keep moving and ignore it. Because like, I mean, these other people with their weird fucking trolling habits, their existence is inconsequential. They have nothing better going on. And you shouldn't treat them like they deserve the time of day. Teamfight Tactics. That was Teamfight Tactics? I thought that was one of the League of Legends things, or Defense of the Ancients. That's what I thought it was. You got sick. Oh, that's right. You mentioned in your title you're getting sick, and I was like, fuck. Oh, I better stay away. I'm kidding. I know you can't get sick through the internet unless no. I'm pretty sure you can't get sick through the internet. What do I fucking know? I'm not a doctorologist. It is a League of Legends thing. Oh, okay. There's all these games that I have no idea what they are, but they're very popular. They're very popular. Popular. Like the song. I got my own car. I'm popular. I'm never last picked. I'm a cheerleading chick. I don't know if you guys know that song. It was very popular during my parents' day because they're old and I'm not. Let's see if anybody believes that. I have a date tomorrow, so I was planning on streaming tomorrow, but I guess that's not happening. We're going to a street fair. I probably doxed myself because there's probably only so many street fairs happening tomorrow in local area. Oh no. Are you playing Donkey Kong Country? Listen, if you like it, that's fine. Just keep it the fuck away from me. My god, that game stresses me out so much. It stresses me out so much. Lincoln, though, I'm glad that you went back and you rediscovered it for yourself and found out, wow, this game's fucked up. I don't know why we put up with that shit. When I was a kid, the most I played of that game was at a friend's place. And it was like the first few levels. And so it seemed like a fun time. And then afterwards, that game gets hurtful. That game is like, it's just like, what can we do to like hurt this person's feelings? I know. Monster out of nowhere right before you're at the exit. Fuck that game. No, I'm not playing Donkey Kong Country 2. It's just stressful. Like, I have anxiety built with the anticipation of seeing something kill me in a game. And so, there was always this anticipation that something would come out. Especially because they were training me to expect it. And, oh my god, it would just stress me out. I made a mess with all this sanding, and I think I have to clean this before I, continue. Because I don't want any of this stuff on this wallet, especially when we do the edges. So I think I need to take care of that first. I think the sanding is done. Let me make sure that I get these corners especially, because these corners have to be, very good. Well, everything has to be very good. But yeah, I'm never gonna play another Donkey Kong Country ever again. I just refuse at this point. I'm not. There's no way. There's no way. It's illegal. I won't even do it for charity. I don't give a shit. Oh, you should do it for Huntington's. Nah, fuck Huntington. No, kidding. I mean, Huntington sucks, but I'm not gonna play Donkey Kong Country for Huntington's. Fuck Huntington's and fuck Donkey Kong Country. I fucking hate that game. You know what? I don't think I'm ever gonna play another platformer that doesn't have auto saves and shit. And save scumming. Or if I do, I'm gonna save scum to hell and back and be like, yeah, you know what? We're playing this on an emulator. I'm save scumming left and right. Anyone doesn't like it, they can go take a cactus and shove it up their bum. Guys, you ever shove a cactus up your bum? It's not pleasant. Not pleasant. I don't have firsthand knowledge of it, but this is an assumption based on real facts. Real facts. Yeah, I do think I feel like I need a router, but I don't want to spend too much money on a router. Feels Dry was looking some up and suggesting them to me, and then I was thinking about it later on. It's wait a minute, $100 is more than I've spent on tools for leatherworking, period. I don't think I could justify that right now. Hey, Sin. How you doing, Cinnamon Snow? I don't know, Hunter. I think you have way more patience than I fucking do. I am an impatient person, and I used to give myself a lot of credit for being patient, and I've come to realize that I am not nearly as patient as I thought I was. You know what I mean? How's your week, Cinnamon Snow? I am not nearly as patient as I thought I was. The only kind of patient I am is impatient. And that means if I have to play another Donkey Kong Country, I will need to be admitted to a hospital because I will grievously suffer a horrible brain injury. Horrible, horrible brain injury. Horrible. The most horrible. Yeah, I do have to, between this part and the next part, hit it with a bit of, well, I gotta clean this up. I should probably vacuum even. Oh my god. I probably should just vacuum this stuff up. Holy shit, there's a lot of it too. Oh no, I can't vacuum right now. My cat's sleeping. Shit, never mind. I'm gonna have to just like wipe it up. She's like, I was looking for her before I started stream just to make sure that I knew where she was. You know, because you have to. Otherwise, cats sometimes do things to piss you off. And I was like, And so I looked at the bed and I saw her little tail was poking out from under the blankets. And I was like, all right, someone taking a nappy. Cute. She thinks she's so cute. She thinks she's so cute, guys. Went to the doctor after skipping doctor visits for 3 years. Oh, God. Oh, God. I feel personally attacked. I haven't gone to get an annual checkup since the pandemic. I've been limiting my person-to-person interactions because of the pandemic. My date was telling me yesterday, after a while during the pandemic, she just gave up and started going out to meet with her friends. And I was like, you what? But people are dying, you know, like, and like, she's just like, after a certain time, all right, you gotta stop being afraid of just like dying to like the thing. And I was like, well, I mean, clearly, because I told her, that was when I told her, like, this is the most I've been out since the pandemic, is just to date her. And she's like, oh, wow. I was like, yeah. I had to clean this. And it's weird seeing that, like, you know, basically everything's kind of like moved on. Everyone's kind of moved on, you know. Businesses come and go, right? And it's just, this is the state of the current world, right? I gotta clean this up. I'll be right back. I gotta get like a wet paper towel or something. I'm sorry, Summer. Go back to sleep. Shit. I was actually supposed to have a checkup, and then the pandemic hit, and I was just like, I gotta cancel this. I'm not coming out of my house to go to Manhattan, a 1 hour train ride on, like, you know, the train. Man, holy shit. I can't do that. Well, you've had women talk to you on stream, dude. All right, let me. You guys can't see it. Wait, hold on. Let me bring this up a little bit. There's like a lot of flakes around. So I'm gonna be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to clean this up. Ooh, I should use the be right back thing. Yeah, I'm gonna use the be right back thing. Hold on. Let me write down the time then. You just, that happens. I mean, like, it feels like a chore that you could skip because, like, if you're like, quote unquote healthy, you're fine, right? I'll be right back. So between this and the next game, I don't think this should take very long. Now, thank you for the lurk, Simmons. No, to address what you were just saying, sorry, I kind of stepped out in the middle of that. I'll be perfectly honest. I didn't really manage to talk to anybody that was interested in dating me during most of the pandemic either. You know, there were like a few that I met on dating apps. They all seem like gold diggers. I'm gonna be like perfectly honest. You know, like when you start talking to like a younger 20-something-year-old woman, and then she starts talking about like all the trips that she wants to go on, and it's just like, well, my ass ain't working, but I know that your ass ain't working either. You know, it just sort of becomes like, and I know that. I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I know that that's like a thing, right? And some people enjoy that sort of company, but like, gold diggers are not for me, man. That's not what I want. I don't want something that's temporary and feels fake. Oh, fuck. You know what I forgot to do? I'm gonna let this dry. I gotta do the edge beveling. But then I met, I met this woman that I'm dating currently, and she and I get along fantastically. And she's like, I think we get along so well because we're so weird. And I was like, God damn it, don't say it like that. Uh, don't, and especially don't say it out loud. Either way, she's very sweet, and I do like her a lot. We're planning on seeing each other tomorrow. So I guess the moral of the story is like realistically, don't give up. Don't. Don't give up. Oh, there it is. Because like the wild thing is like, after I started seeing this woman, in fact, um, that's when I started to get like way more hits. Like, and it's not like I was like actively trying to declare like I'm taken, but like I even like I was on a date with her like 2 weeks ago. We were at the Museum of not the Museum of Modern Art, not the Museum of Natural History. Maybe it was the museum. No, it wasn't the MoMA. The Metropolitan Museum of Art. It was one of those. And I'm like checking my phone and someone actually sent me a message on like a dating app asking me how I was doing and what my plans for the weekend were. And I was just like, shit. Well, first of all, my fucking stomach sank because I was like, I hope she does not fucking see this. She's like right next to me, and I'm like looking for directions for the bathroom in this gargantuan maze-like museum. So I guess what I'm saying is when it rains, it pours. No, I'm kidding. But thank you, Shark. It's just like, you gotta both A, keep at it, but also two, like, don't get discouraged. I think that's more important. My therapist at one point was even like under the impression that I had stopped looking. It's like I didn't stop looking. It's just no one fucking seems to no one wants me. Um that's a terrible way of putting it. I had to let that dry. I'm gonna pat it down actually if I can to make it move a little bit faster. Oh, it's mostly dry. Well, I'm still patting. We'll hit that with another thing. I don't have Tinder. Oh wait, no, I do have a Tinder. It wasn't through Tinder though. It was like through this other dating app, and hashtag not sponsored. I'm not even gonna mention it, the name, but it was like she messaged this other woman messages me on like that same app, and she's cute. She's like actually like really cute, and I'm just like fuck me, man. And she reached out first, which is like real hard. So I actually like I took the time later on, not while I was on this date, but like later on in the week, and I was like, "Hi, I'm like so sorry. Right now, I recently started seeing somebody. I don't feel comfortable dating two people, so I just like I'm real sorry. I can't engage right now. I hope you understand, and I do want you to not give up because I know that somewhere out there somebody's looking for you too. Okay, so I was trying to be like real nice about it because like I just was like because the thing about it is that like it's hard, right? And I don't know how many times I've messaged somebody only for them to either like never respond or we'll be having a great conversation and then all of a sudden ghost. And it's like cool, So like that's why I took the moment out to like just like let her know like I'm sorry, like it's not you, it's just it's bad timing, but I it's not I can't right now, and I'm sorry. She understood it. She took it pretty well. So she seemed nice. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame I met two nice people within like weeks of each other. But I should delete all these dating apps. One of them even sent me an email saying like, look, we're gonna like deactivate your account if you don't sign in. And I'm like, well, I don't fucking sign in anymore because fucking I'm seeing somebody. You dumb. I gotta not curse so much, but you know what I mean, guys. I probably should hit this with the sandpaper again. Oh, geez, that's not even on screen. I probably should hit this with the sandpaper. Anyway, but yeah, I am kind of in the danger zone, aren't I? I really should like delete those apps. Cause like holy shit, when that message came through, I fucking like yo, I felt like I was in trouble. I was just like, please don't see that, please don't see that. I'm like trying to push them away, but like the symbols on the top of the screen, I'm just like, please don't see that. Fuck, she probably did see it. She probably did see it. Fuck. Ah! Where was I? Oh yeah. Where is my? Let me hit the bottom real quick with a little bit of a light sanding. Tinder never gave me anything, though. I will say this. So this is not a ringing endorsement for Tinder. This is like just sort of like a that app's not great. It hasn't been great for me. The only person that seemed interested in me, or the only people that seem interested in me on Tinder, are like the ones that are actually using Tinder to advertise their OnlyFans. Like you go into their account and there's like a link, and then you click the link and it's like, oh, I get it, huh? Damn it. There was a reason why I swiped left. But no, no! Or swiped right, sorry. But no, no, you shall not tempt me. You shall not tempt me with these empty non-promises. I mean, that's fair, Lincoln. Like, if they just, like, never... It's just, like, if they're never, like, what, you know, like, I mean, especially during those formative months where it's just, like, you're trying to establish that connection, and they're just like, no, I can't right now. Like, now's not a good time. It's just like, well, listen, if there's never going to be a good time, I don't know why I'm still trying, right? So, honestly, I think you did the right thing for yourself, because, like, it's like, at that point, like, the longer you keep that sort of thing up, and then, like, you get that sort of, like, you get that sort of reaction from them, it's just like, well, what are you doing with your time? Am I the other, am I the side piece? You know, I don't want to be no side piece. I wouldn't want to be a side piece. I'm the main course. We all know that. We all know I'm a main course. I have big main course energy. Granted, it's like a really lame main course, right? Like it's pasta, but like really cringe pasta. I'm a lame ass main course. I'm like fucking like spaghetti with like ragu sauce. But whatever. I am what I am. Should move this over. I am what I am. I can't help it. I can't help it. Ladies and gentlemen, be who you are. Just be you. I am spaghetti with ragu sauce. The jar ragu sauce, not the not like the ragu sauce that somebody's grandma spent like the whole weekend to make by slowly boiling and rendering down tomatoes in a giant stock pot because she lovingly cares about producing this dish like she did way back in the day as her grandmother taught her to make it and her grandmother's grandmother taught her. So, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm like Chef Boyardee. And much like Chef Boyardee, we're releasing a series of canned pastas. I'm gonna beat Mr. Beast to the canned pasta market. I don't think he has canned pasta yet. It'll be pasta shaped like little dicks. And there'll be O's in there, but they're not O's, they're balls. So, call them Dicky O's. And much like on the same side of, much like on the side of the box of the Sugar Frosted Dicks cereal that you can purchase at fine retailers nationwide, the slogan will once again be "Put them in your mouth." And enjoy the sauce. This leather is very frayed here. And the point of this, it's not very frayed. Well, the sanding kind of frayed it, you know? Hey, what's up, Sonic Vortex? You should know your value, Lincoln. You're a good-looking guy. You deserve better than that shit. Not just because you're a good-looking guy, but you deserve better than that shit. You know, if someone's trying to give you their time and their no wait, I'm other way around. If you're trying to give somebody their time, your time. If you're trying to give somebody your time and they're just like, you know, I got stuff to do. Too much. It's just like you don't. That's not how you build a relationship by not being there. You know what I mean? Relationships are built on quality time, and if you don't, I feel like relationships that are not built on quality time are just like transactional, right? Again, going back to gold diggers and how I seem to attract them so much. Maybe they think I have money because I list myself as an architect on all these dating websites, and it's just like no, 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 you dumb fool. Architecture has no money. How's your week been, Sonic Vortex? You know what? As an engineer, though, I think they have more reason to believe, right? I'm gonna say that. I think engineers make way more than architects. No, I know engineers make way more than architects because, like, engineering is an actual, like, um, provable thing. If the thing that you're working on isn't engineered properly, that shit will fucking. Well, I guess you're a software engineer, different and type of engineer, but either way, you're still responsible for a thing that has to work at the end of the day, right? Architects are not. I think too many people don't know what architects do, but architects are not responsible for making anything work. It's just supposed to work like systematically. But that doesn't matter because we're in America and the system doesn't have to work in America. That's right, I said it. That's why the government's fucked. Anyway, you're procrastinating. Uh-oh. What are you supposed to be doing? What are you avoiding? What are you running from, Sonic Vortex? Ooh. Can you exploit like several $1,000,000 into my Swiss bank account? I'm kidding. I'm kidding, unless. No, still kidding. Still kidding. Still kinda kidding. Still kinda kidding. Still kidding. No. You could. Oh, that's not great. Yeah, what's up, Micro? You're up. Late, I think. I think it's late for you. Micro, is it late? I think it's late. Sonic Vortex, you always know there's an unless. Unless. Not gonna lie, this is taking a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. You know what it is? It's probably because I'm using this, which is a typical tool that many people use to do edge coat, right? But some people do like actually buy a specific, either a pen, like a marker, that you just fill with it and then like you squeeze it and it just like sort of slowly like oozes this stuff out. Or they'll buy like another type of pen that's like a wand that holds more of this and they just like kind of it rolls as you do this so that it does a better coating, you know. It is kind of late. Well, let's see. Now that I know, well, I guess I knew this before, that it's a 12-hour time difference over there to here. That means that it's 3:30 almost for you, Micro. Micro, is it 3:30 over there? Should you be asleep? Do you have to wake up in 2 hours? Are the answers to all these things yes? I feel like you should be asleep. Hey, what's up, Shabazz? How's your fasting going? And how's your week been? We're for those of you that are just joining us, I'm doing some edge work Not edging, edge work. We don't edge on stream. I was talking with my date yesterday about OnlyFans, and she's like, "You can't. Do you have an OnlyFans?" And like, I was like, "How do you know what an OnlyFans is? How do you know what an OnlyFans is? Well, how do you know what an OnlyFans is? You know?" She's like, "You can't have an OnlyFans." I was like, "Why not?" Just to fuck with her. Ah, I don't have an OnlyFans, guys. But if I did, it would be the worst. I'd be in the bottom, actually, 90%. I'd be in the bottom. I'd be like all the way in the bottom, next to like, I don't know. God, Octomom and Casey Anthony. Can I make that joke? I'm making it anyway. It's too late. I already made it. Going to jail. You just okay. So it's oh that's right because it's evening. It's evening, so you get to like, God. Can you if you wake up early enough, Shabazz, are you allowed to like eat if you like wake up at like let's say 4? Or is there just like or is it just like no. Only between these hours. Oh God. On Twitter of all places too. Not even with like with OnlyFans, just on Twitter, where it's just like anyone can get that shit. Not even on OnlyFans. So arts and crafts, if you want to start painting miniature models, should you get the paint first or the models? That's a good question. Uh the models you could do stuff with outside of painting them. I used to paint Warhammer figures. There's actually like a kit that Games Workshop makes if you're planning on going for Warhammer figures that is like it's like figures plus paints, and it's like maybe 8 paints or 9 paints. And you'll definitely need more, and you'll definitely want to buy more. So if you're going like miniatures, that's probably where you're going to end up, right? Or I'm assuming, I shouldn't assume. There's tons of miniatures games out there. But the paints, like I had a box full of them, and I just ended up throwing them out cuz like they were old, they probably didn't work very well anymore. But I hadn't painted something in like the longest time, and if you don't use them, if you're not like normally a painter, you're not going to use them for anything else. You know what I mean? Cuz they're very specifically like, I guess you could use them for anything you would use acrylics for, but they're like tiny little things. Pots, they call them. They call them pots of paint. And so like you really feel like you can't really do much with them outside of. That said, if you're asking that question because like your budget is limited, let me say right now, Warhammer, very expensive hobby. Warhammer's a very expensive hobby. So if budget is a concern, I just recommend not Warhammer. But also, I'm assuming you're going into Warhammer because that's what most people get into. Before 4:30 a.m. Okay, so you can like stay up and like eat something at like 4:25, just cram it down your throat, and then like pass out. Okay, gotcha. I'd be the worst. I'd be the worst at this, dude. I'd be the worst. I'd be like, what other kind of loopholes we got here? You know, what other loopholes we got to work with, sir? Just always looking for loopholes. That was my nickname in high school. Always looking for loopholes. Oh, this is kind of high up. I do need to like keep it a little bit above. Well, I guess that side's probably dry. 10th edition just got announced. I mean, I never played Warhammer. I just bought the miniatures to paint them. I still have like some of the miniatures, but I throw out my paints. Okay, so you're aware of the the high cost. But yeah. Okay, so I know nothing about Warhammer anymore, right? But I do know that the individual miniatures are very pricey, and then the paints are like they've gone up. Back in my day, the little paint things were like $2 each, $3 if it was a metallic for whatever reason. Um, and I say for whatever reason because like I know in my heart of hearts it's because they had to like mix metallic pigments in there, and that probably just cost them more. But the guy at the store insisted that that's not the case, so whatever. That guy was an asshole anyway. Fuck that guy. He said something like racist to me once because like I asked him if they could stock a bunch of stuff, and he asked me like how I was like if he asked me for a down payment. I was just like, no, I'm asking you to stock these. I'm not gonna repeat what he said, but suffice it to say, it was like very racist, and so I'm glad his business failed. I'm glad his business failed. I just didn't have the what's it called back then to like really respond to it. I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? Was his name Jerry? No. I actually don't remember what his name was. But the place was called Sharky's, and it was in Brooklyn, and it was like the only place for like Miles to carry like magic cards and shit like that. So like, you know, people went there just because they wanted magic cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, etc., but they also carried Warhammer because that was his passion. And except it wasn't enough of a passion for them to like properly stock stuff. So like they had like a few things, and it's just like good luck if you want this, and if not, you know. And like the store was doing poorly to the point where like he actually made me put down like I think a $10 down payment on fucking what was it? A 12 pack of the Corn Berserkers, the plastic models. It was like this box that had 12 of them, and it was like $25. And he made me put a down payment on that shit. And I was like, all right, so that he could order it. And I was like, all right. And then when I went to go pick it up, the other guy that worked for him, the one person that worked for him was like, he made you put a down payment on this? And I was like, yeah, yeah. And dude just like rolled his eyes, checked the records, saw it, and was just like, all right. But yeah, again, glad the place went down. Dude deserved it. All right, thank you for the lurk, Micro. Please go to sleep. Actually, you know, now that I think about it, it's like almost 4. It's 3:30. Micro, you need to sleep. If anybody here is up past their bedtime, please go to sleep. I'm slowly learning that I should be going to sleep at a regular hour. I have not been. I have not been. Oh, also, what was it? I think that in addition to like paints, I think you have to get like, what was it, primer? That's a problem. I guess it depends on how you want to prime things, right? I think that spray painting them is like the fastest way, but also spray painting them, depending on your location, can be a pain in the ass. So, you know, do what you gotta do. I think that spray painting was the best way because you just like you assemble them, right, and then you hit them with the spray paint, and then you're done. You know, if there's any extra flashing that you notice after you prime, take care of it. Maybe hit it with a little more spray paint, or don't. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Um, and depending on if you want to do like mostly metallic figures, right? Like armored warriors, you might want to prime in black versus priming in white for like most other colors actually. Hmm. But I think that, you know, the main thing is to just enjoy your collection because for the most part, I don't understand how people transport those things to like play with them. It's like they're all so fragile, they're all so expensive. And then you want me to bring how many like thousands of dollars in an army to this store? Ugh. Although it was funny, I remember I was in Tokyo once, and there's a Warhammer store in like Harajuku, and of all places, Harajuku, there's a Warhammer store. You know, Harajuku, like Harajuku Girls, the dancers that Gwen Stefani hired on at one point because she was like, I love Japan. Um, Same. And you know, like it's a fashion area, it's a fashion um anchor place, right? A lot of people have like, you know, some of the wildest fashion over there, but then also there's a Warhammer store there. It's wild. It's so weird. Oh yeah, so that was the first time in Harajuku was the first time that I saw like they have these massive like 4,000 point units, and it's like it's bigger than the dreadnoughts, I think. It's like this massive giant robot man, and I'm just like looking at it going like, "Oh my god." And he's like this dude was just like assembling it at the store to use, and I was just like, "Ah, that's a bit much." Take a drink. I got you, Sin. I clean this real quick. Close this. We're going to let this dry for a little bit. Oh no, I got edge coat on my fingertip. All I could say is that it was like this big. It was larger than most college textbooks. I don't know the names of these things off the top of my head. I don't like actually plan to ever go back to Warhammer either because it's just like that's not for me. That's not for me. Thank you, Sin. Let's see. Gotta wait for this to dry a little bit, and then we're gonna sand it down ever so lightly with the finest sand. Not the finest grit sandpaper I have. I do have like 3,000 grit, but we're gonna use the 2,000 because this has been fairly used 2,000 grit, so that it's like sort of it's dulled enough. The more you use sandpaper, you know, the grit kind of wears away or it fills in a little bit with like particles of the stuff that you've been sanding, and so you could use it for like other things. You could use it as like as if it were a higher grit. Do you see the header guns? Did I see the header guns? I'm sure I saw both, but it's massive. It had guns and it had a head. Yes, I don't know if that helped. You found the rule set complicated. Yeah, I remember the only time I actually read a rule set for Warhammer, because again, I never played the game. I just collected the miniatures and painted them. The only time I bought like, and it was mainly because of the pictures. It was like this introductory book for the fantasy rule set, and just turning your units around seemed like such a chore that I lost interest in learning the rest of the game. Because you like deduct an amount of movement points equal to the degrees that you turn them on pivot, and it's just like, I'm not here to do fucking math. Get the fuck away from me. I couldn't after that. The best way to make someone not give a shit is to overcomplicate something very simple, you know? It was too much work. It was too much work to read that portion of the rulebook. I was just like, so if I have 6 movement points and I want to turn 90 degrees, I think it was like it cost you 1.5 movement. And I was just like, what the fuck? So how do I move 1 point? Well, you're doing it in inches, so you move 4.5 inches. Wait, was it inches or was it centimeters? Because they're British, they use metric. Either way, I learned to hate that fucking. No, I'm kidding. I didn't learn to hate it. The pictures are very nice. The miniatures look cool. I'll just lay down and die. I mean, oh god, when rules are that complicated, it sort of sucks the fun out of a game. It really does. I think this is dry enough. Actually, let me touch. Yeah. So since we're applying such thin layers of this stuff, it actually dries pretty quickly. Yeah, this is dry. All right, so we're gonna do a light sanding, and then we're gonna hit it with some more of this edge coat. And the sanding is just to like basically even everything out for the second layer. Now I'm not trying to get the mirror finish that I've seen some people do for these things. I've seen people do like mirror finishes where they get it like super duper flat, and then they hit it with toconol after that. Toconol. And we are hitting this with toconol after the fact, but like I'm not going for like a super mirror finish. Like we're just trying to get that like nice glossy rounded edge that I think looks very nice and professional in finished leather goods. Also, after I sent the tweet about doing a Leathercraft stream, I realized I didn't get a chance to test the music thing, so we're not doing the music thing today. I meant to, and like I set it up yesterday night, and I was just like, oh, I don't want to start like doing this now because I don't want to alert a bunch of people that I'm streaming with a stream alert. But I do need to like actually do a live stream to test a live or 2 or 3 to test to make sure that like if I do music on stream, it's not going to record to the VOD. Because I don't want it to record to the VOD, because that's just, it makes the VOD unusable for the YouTube if it's full of copyrighted music. I've been having a hell of a problem with Bioshock because of all of the copyrighted music that's in Bioshock. Thank you for the lurk, Sonic Vortex. We'll be here. There we go. All right, so get this here. I probably sanded a little bit too aggressively here, so I might have to do another coat. Before I do the tokenol. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. I don't think I took off any edge dressing though, so that's, or I don't think I took enough edge dressing to expose the color underneath. Although this color is actually really dark navy blue, so it's kind of hard to see through the black, which I guess works out. Okay. Test it with a recording. That actually makes sense. But the thing is, like, so I want the music to play on the stream. I just don't want it to be recorded to the Twitch VOD, right? But I want you guys to be able to hear it. It's a weird thing. Ryan showed me how to do it. I think it involved a plugin called what's it called? Cancel. Application audio output capture, which I installed for like OBS 27, and then I'm surprised still works considering the OBS upgrade to like 49. But I still think I should like go live, and that's just going to annoy people. Oh shit, I'm sorry everybody. We're all going to have to be annoyed by Dick again. You know, typical Friday night for me, but what? Typical every morning, just like wake up. God damn it, why are you awake? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. But yeah, I think that the best way to test it is to like actually go live. And I do typically test things with recording in OBS, right? Just to make sure. But I think that this very specifically needs to like, I think I very specifically have to go live in that. That's sort of, I'm sorry, everybody. I'll just put a tweet notification saying, don't come in here, I'm testing something. I've done it in the past, and then people show up and go like, all right, so what are we testing? It's like, fuck, get out of here. And then people start coming and going like, hey, what's up? And it's like, God damn it. Told you people to stay away. This is my secret shame. Why are you here to watch me fail? And I think the answer is because people love to watch failure happen in real time. It's just like the same reason why you see a train crash happening and you're just like, dude, give me the popcorn. I need to watch this. I'm gonna record this on my phone so I could watch it later. This ain't about uploading it to social media. And people inevitably upload it to social media so that other people can go like, man, this is a popcorn crash. I'm gonna get some popcorn. Hold on. They pop a new fresh bag in the microwave. Oh, Mirage gave me like a pile of music that's supposed to be okay for Twitch. You know what I mean? So actually, I probably should have started with that. Just like play that. I guess I could. Although I haven't set that up yet. I don't want to set it up in the middle of this VOD either. I barely even opened it. I just like bookmarked it when he sent it to me because like this is gonna be useful. But I also just want to like play like my terrible trash taste music. You know what I mean? Just make everybody suffer through like, let's see, The Outfield's Your Love. That one song by Huba Stank that actually is good. What else? Oh god, 80s city pop. Ha! Ha 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 ha! And make y'all listen to I Got Tomaranai and other classic hits by Wink. That's right, we're not even touching Maria Takeuchi. None of that inside bamboo. Just like, oh man. Is this the Thompson twins? Yes. Yes, it is. You know what they want you to do, right? What? Hold me now. Oh, hold my hand. Stay with me. I'm singing it wrong on purpose so that I don't get copyright struck. You got your mic in. One person almost showed up, but it was less than 5 minutes long. See what happens? You know what happens with me when I start doing a test stream is that a few people will show up because they'll be like, "Hey, you don't normally stream this time, right?" So then people show up, they start like conversing with me, and then I start conversing with them. Suddenly, it's like 30 minutes of just like, "Can I just like see if this fucking works?" I'm kidding. Thank you guys for showing up, but please let me fail in peace. Every time it's happened a few times where people and like I know that they just want to help. Like actually they just want to help. They're like, all right, let's hear it. Let's hear it. All right, so it sounds like it's working, and it's good to have people like there to like give you feedback and go like, yeah, that sounds right. You know, but it's also like I'm sorry, I don't want to like bother anybody. I don't want to bother anybody. I'm good. I could listen to it myself. You know, I feel like I'm bothering people. I feel like I'm bothering people. I'm like, as someone who started streaming not knowing what it was, and I continue doing it if only just because this is the stream that never ends. No. What was it? I just like, I find it completely vexing and puzzling rather that anybody even like shows up for anything that I do, let alone like when I'm very explicitly going like, this is a test stream, please don't come here. Like I'm just here to fuck up. Did I fuck up this corner? Everything here looks effed. I really hope that that's not effed. So there's one good thing about Tokenol, and that is it reshapes things as you use it. Because when you hit it with the Tokenol, you also wait a little bit, let it like set, and then you hit it with the slicker, and the slicker helps to reshape the side. And so usually, I think that that's good enough. to like reshape a lot of this. At least I'm hoping. They did. They did. They did. They did. And you're right, Sin, but it's also like, no, stop it. How do I ban you all? I'm kidding. I'm not gonna ban everybody just for showing up during my times of self-humiliation. On stream. I kind of hate this camera. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I bought it real cheap on Amazon. It doesn't autofocus. I probably should have spent more on the camera. Like this camera, the Logitech, that autofocuses and everything slowly. This camera does not. This one that I'm pointing at, it does not. And so like, y'all got to look at this blurry ass shit. Probably a mistake to buy this one. I gotta stop like cheaping out on equipment. But also equipment expensive. Fuck. Shit. No, not on the face, not on the face, not on the face. Well, that's there forever now. I also gotta stop being so self-critical about everything. Because this is very ad hoc. Let me be perfectly a terrible, terrible leather worker. Oh god, I thought I painted my desk or my work surface accidentally. This is the reason why I cleaned it. Because I'm putting it down on the work surface. And I don't want these edges to be picking up a bunch of debris that I just sanded off of them. Because that'll make everything look lumpy. And I'll have to sand that stuff off. My god. I thought I'd be done by now. I'm sorry. We're an hour into this. You know what it is? I was thinking about doing this off stream. And then I was just like, you know what? Just wake up early. Go on. Not early. Just wake up. Take care of your stuff early. Go on stream. Do it on stream. Right? It'll be quick. It'll be quick. And then we can move right into Resident Evil 4, which is going to be my life's work. Because holy shit. Everything that I've played of that game, I haven't played it off stream, but everything that I've played of that game has been absolutely fantastic. Hashtag not sponsored. I bought it off CD Keys, and it was like 10, 15 bucks less. So if you're planning on getting it, you'll pay a lot less on CD Keys. And I'm an affiliate. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I actually was surprised that it was there. On CD Keys. That might be my... I don't think I get to call her my girlfriend yet. We're still just dating. I'd like to call her my girlfriend. I sent her a picture of my cat hiding under the blankets. I'm glad she's not allergic to cats. She's allergic to so many things. Uh-oh. Did they deliver my thing? Out for delivery. It is out for delivery. Oh yeah, so this girl that I'm dating, this woman that I'm dating, she's an adult. She's allergic to like so many things. But like they're not severe allergies, like thankfully. Like I don't have to, if she accidentally eats a shrimp, her throat's not gonna close up, you know? It means that we can like go to places that serve these things and she can like breathe in the space without like dying. Which is great because like some people have food allergies where they go anywhere near a peanut and suddenly like their throat seizes and it's just like that sounds terrifying. I don't know if you guys like, you know, like that just sounds terrifying. I don't even want to see it. you know, living it must be awful, but I don't even want to see somebody have that happen to them, you know? So I just like that sounds fucking terrible. Hey, welcome back, Micro. Hey, what's up, Curly? How you doing? How's your week? Yeah. Clean that off. We're gonna close this up. I'm doing all right. You know, a little tired. How is everything with you? Oh, take a drink. Dang it. Where's my wallet? Actually, you know what? It's time for tea. Now that this is cooled off. Today's show is sponsored by green tea. I'll text her real quick. Okay. Let's see. So this is likely mostly dry, right? I should keep this on camera. This is likely mostly dry. I know it's a little shiny, but like uneven. We're gonna sand it one more time, then I'm gonna hit it with the one more coat of this edge coat, then finish it off with Tokonoru. Uh-oh. Oh no. They're just gonna think awful. Don't. Hi, bestie. Don't, oh god, this is embarrassing. I don't know what to do now. Most of the time, when people see my stream, they're like, could you go back to your own urinal, sir? I think, oh geez, that wasn't right at all. Most of the time when people see my stream, they're like, could you go back to your own urinal, sir? I don't think we're supposed to share them. And I'm like, sorry, you know. Oh my god. Oh, no. Sharing dick sounds weird. Queen BB, thank you for becoming a dickhead. Are you Curls? Are you Wildlandness Curls' bestie? Sharing is caring, but wrap it or snap it? What? I don't know what's going on anymore, guys. I'm sorry. Welcome aboard. So you're new. So I know you're new. You just became a dickhead. I'm actually working on a wallet right now. It's for a friend of mine. Their birthday passed recently. I made this by hand. I cut all the pieces off. I designed the pattern off stream. I cut the pieces off stream. I assembled it on stream. It's several pockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then your main wallet pocket. It's a bifold wallet. Not entirely thrilled with how the stitching came out on the back, but let's focus on the middle, the inside, because I like the stitching on the inside. I think it came out good there. Little victories. Right now I'm just finishing the edges because I want the edges to have like a nice professional looking smooth roundedness to them. You know what I mean? Oh god, people are telling other people about me. This is weird. Usually when people tell other people about me, it's because like they want to say like, oh, he's got like a really just like we slept together the other day and he just has like this incredibly tiny penis. Just it's so small, and then like he had to spend like 20 minutes trying to start it up like a fucking lawnmower, just like kidding. I'm kidding. That's not how it works. And ladies, if your boyfriend's works like that, run. Run, just run, just run, just run. It shouldn't do that. It shouldn't do that. It shouldn't do that. All right, so we're going to lightly sand one more time. Because I think I oversanded last time. Right? I oversanded last time. Well, Wild Lioness Curls, thank you for bringing a friend over. I think that that's a mistake because I'm not worth seeing. Nobody should actually enjoy this. I don't know why anybody would. I didn't even set up the music properly. I didn't set up the music properly. Oh, am I accidentally getting that? I might be accidentally hitting this. This is already a finished surface. I'm gonna hit that with a little bit of tokenol later. Just in case. But yeah. I meant to set up music so that we could listen to the Thompson twins tell us to hold them now. I don't know why. If you've ever seen the Thompson twins, you'd be like, ew, gingers. I'm kidding. There's only one. There's no twins. The Thompson twins doesn't have twins. I don't have a great personality. I have a terrible personality. My entire high school, I had like the worst personality. I was just bitter, you know, and sad, and I dressed like a weird Jinko samurai. You wish yours worked like that? Uh-oh. That's exact. No, it shouldn't work like that. It shouldn't. You got to replace them. Oh, no. Can you just get it, like, you don't have to get it fully replaced. You can just get it, like, bring it into the shop. Micro, bring it into the shop. There's no reason to fully replace something. I bet it still works. I bet it still works. You probably just need a new fan belt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If people are enjoying this, that means that I've screwed up. Either that or the world is in a worse place than I thought it was. No, I'm kidding. You know, in retrospect, I kind of regret not hitting the inside of this with tokenol to smooth out the flesh side of the leather. Oh well. Not my problem, it's a gift. They just have to like it, that's all. That's not how my attitude towards this should be. That's not how my attitude towards this should be. I also have like a terrible habit of like of not putting this on camera like it should be. So let me just we're gonna do a light coat. Just, I think this side's like my most successful side in terms of smoothness, because I just like do it real quick that way. Okay. The first to come to mind when someone's considering doing crafts. Oh, are you planning on doing crafts, Queen BB? Do you stream, by the way? I have to do a bunch of shoutouts. I was planning on doing them between this and the switch over to Resident Evil 4 after this. Crafts, I think everyone should do like a hobby with their hands. You know what I mean? I think that keeping your hands occupied is just like a good way to like both mentally cool down after a work week, or, you know, and kind of keep yourself sane. I've done like weird crafts with my hands my entire life. So maybe I'm biased, right? When I was younger, I was talking with Sonic Vortex. I used to collect Warhammer miniatures and I would paint them. And then I remember, have you guys ever seen the 40-Year-Old Virgin? There's a scene in that movie where like Steve Carell's character, he's trying to like, he's like phone dating this woman, and he's talking to her, and while he's talking to her, he's painting miniatures. And the woman that I actually lost my virginity to kept comparing me to the 40-Year-Old Virgin. And then when she finally came to my place, she saw the miniatures up on the on the bureau, I think it is. I think that's what it's called. She saw the miniatures that I painted on the bureau, and she started laughing. She's like, "You have to see this movie." And then she explained it. She's like, he paints miniatures like this. And I was like, oh no. Well, fuck me. And guess what? Fuck me, right? So guys, never give up hope. Just because you're a weirdo that paints miniatures. I wasn't 40. But I was like, kind of like, at that point, I'm gonna admit it, I was a little old to be losing my virginity, I would say. Not a little old. You can lose it whenever you're ready. But I want to say this. I feel like I was ready years ago. I just wasn't. I was just an atrocious person. I still am. I still look very terrible. I look terrible. Twitch streets. Let me catch up with chat. I'm sorry. I got like so locked into this. I don't know about the best dick on Twitch. I'm mid-tier at best. Your head's damn it, Micro. My date yesterday went pretty well. We're actually going out tomorrow to a street fair in the city, you know. But yesterday we just we didn't really have a plan. We were just like, let's meet. She got off of work. She's a teacher. We met and we went for like a stroll through Central Park, which is it's nice in Central Park, and the weather was really nice yesterday, so it was really enjoyable. Um, she, of course, has not told her family that she's dating anybody, so she still has to like be home to eat dinner, and it's like great. So we had lunch. We had lunch. You know, we had lunch, but the date I think went well, and we're seeing each other tomorrow. We've we uh we we've been seeing each other for like a month at this point, and I told her that I was like, we've been seeing each other for a month. I wasn't like trying to push anything on her. I was just like bringing it up. It's like, look, we've been together for a month, yay. Um, you know, I thought it was kind of like like it's a milestone, right? It's a milestone, I think. It's also a good jumping off point. If you realize like I can't fucking stand this person, get out. Get out. It's been a month. If you can't stand him after a month, you're not gonna suddenly learn to stand them. You know what I mean? What kind of crafts do you plan on doing, Queen BB? Are you planning on doing like are you also planning on doing leatherwork? Because leatherwork is interesting. Do you plan on doing something else? Do you want to draw? Some people draw. I know a few people that draw on stream, like SupGeo or oh god, Light Ian also draws on his stream. He does like a lot of stuff on stream though. Like he'll go from like drawing, he'll go from Wordle to like drawing on stream to like playing Hades or something, like a video game. Just a very stressful video game. You know? You gotta hold on to it. Listen, when you hit level 40 with your virginity, you become a wizard and you get special lightning powers. So don't lose sight of that goal, all right? It's very important that you get those lightning powers. Right? I tell everybody, listen, would you rather have a romantic conquest that likely will not even be in your life that many years down the road, or the ability to shoot lightning from your fingertips? And I believe we all know the correct answer. I know in retrospect, I know what I would say. Fucking man, lightning. We're getting pretty close to it too. I should have waited. Although I don't know if they revoke your lightning if you like choose to lose your virginity after the fact. You know, they might revoke your lightning. That'd be bad, actually. Imagine getting your lightning revoked. Ah, it's better to have it and lost it than to have never had it at all, huh? Man, I want lightning powers. I'd be like, fucking get this Final Fantasy game out of here. I can't believe you people made this. Final Fantasy 14 Lightning Returns. Get this shit out of here. Alright, that's enough edge coat. I think we're just gonna let this sit for a minute while I catch up on chat. It was weird. Not weird. What's the term? Lego. Oh shit. I hit that with a little bit more. It was weird. We were talking about like, dating and everything, and how it's just like so strange out there, And like nowadays you just meet people through apps, it feels like. Like I don't meet people organically anymore. Why are we talking? Don't worry about it, Sin. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying, if you can like hold off on losing your virginity, just don't ever lose it, and then you get the ability to shoot lightning out of your hands. One of There's this movie where like this blonde woman joins a circus for whatever reason, and like everyone in the circus is just like like you have your bearded woman and you have your your little dude, and there's like your hairy guys and your strong man, and like this blonde woman, she feels that she's the only normal one there, and so like the circus actors, the circus performers, they all like they consider themselves freaks and outcasts, and they're treated as such by society. And this woman considers herself like a normal person, and she gets accepted almost like as a member of like their family, because now they consider her their family. And so like it's this weird scene where they're like, one of us, gooble gobble. It was referenced in The Simpsons. I know that much. And what was fucked up was like in that movie, she freaks out and she's like, I'll never be one of you. And she starts calling them such nasty shit. And I'm just like, oh my God, is this what they were referencing? That's fucked up. Either way. One of us, gooble gobble. I refer to this fucked up movie. Oh, my cat's awake. Hi. How was your nap? Let me get back to her. She's texting me. Korean. She was telling me about this place that she accidentally stumbled into. It's like a Korean restaurant that had like Korean style Chinese fried chicken, and I'm very confused as to what that even means. I'm very confused as to what that even means. She's like cleaning herself now. It's wild. She gets out from under the blanket and she's just like, I need a bath. Why do you need a bath? She's like, she looks very, very, very like groggy. Okay, we're done with the edge coat, I feel. So let me put that over to the side. You know, yeah, I'm very confused. Simmons, no, not just Korean fried chicken. Wait, what would she say it was? Hold on. Korean Chinese style chicken. What's the matter? Hold on. I gotta pick her up. Oh. Say hi, everybody. And sleepyhead. No, I'm trying to get your feet so that you're more stable. Come here. Say hi, everybody. Come on, say something to the microphone. She's just smelling it. She thinks she's so cute. That's her brother, actually, Micro. That's Bobby right there. Right, that was her brother. Oh, you could actually see her face too because of the extreme lighting here. Normally, when I pick her up, she just looks like a blob with two eyes. Don't appreciate that, do you? It's okay. It's better this way. You're very stealthy. You can hide and no one can see you, and you like stalk the shadows. She's full of purrs right now. She is a void cat. She's just like, sometimes you only see like just her little eyes glimmering in the darkness. Summer, everybody's saying hi to you, and you just, all right. She's just like, no, all right. She settled into my lap. I guess that's where we're going now. I actually kind of need to pull myself forward. Oh right, forget it. We'll just hunch over a little bit. So this last product that we're going to be putting on here is called Tokonoru. It's a very well-known leather crafting product. It's like a combination of glue, waxes, oils, and whatever. But it's really good at finishing surfaces, finishing like rough leather surfaces. Some people use it to finish like the rough side of leather by pressing it into it with like a flat surf, like a glass pane or a glass sheet, which I don't have on hand, but I've been thinking about getting just to do that. But usually people, well, there she goes. Usually people use it for the edges, and it's really good for the edges. And this won't even show up on camera how good it is for the edges, but we're going to do it anyway. Shake. Pretend it's like Yoo-hoo. Hashtag not sponsored. And push that over there. I see you later, Summer. Your crunchies are in the bowl. She's been giving me a lot of shit about how she wants to eat food and what kind of food she wants to eat, and it's been sort of a problem. She's like, I don't want that mush. I want the good one. And it's like, what's the good one? Not this one. All right, so what we do here, we just put this on and we let it sit. We let it kind of work in there. We just, you know, we let it kind of get like in there, a little tacky. Right? I'm gonna do like short amounts of it because we want it to like. Basically, we're gonna like get it in there, right? I typically apply it with my fingertip. Typically, I apply it with my fingertip, and then I let it get like a little tacky. Wipe that off. We hit it with this thing. This is the what's it called? The edge slicker. So you're supposed to wait for it to get like tacky, and it kind of is. You don't really need that much. I feel like I should put a little more. Because this is a big surface. Just put some that over there. Okay, so it's a big surface. What you do, you hit it with the edge slicker. You just keep going. And this is more about friction rather than pressure. So like we just kind of keep going over and 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 over. Koreans. Oh, okay. Korean seasoning in a Chinese style. She never explained it to me, and I've never been there. She just told me like she went in there once with her sister. I just asked her what the place is called, so that I can get like a better idea of like maybe how they describe it, right? Because like it sounds interesting. Like I'd like to go with her one day, you know. And she keeps talking about it like as it was like really good. This might be too thick for the slicker. Oh no, it's slicking. This part is like really thick, and I think I should have made the so if I view, or rather refer to, oopsie, this wallet as like as if the components of it were like a shoe, because I think that that's the easiest way to like liken this to like anything else. This could be the outsole, this could be the midsole, and this could be like the insole. Actually, this should be the outsole, this should be the midsole, and this should be the insole. Either way, the combination has led the thickness to be too thick, and I think that the midsole should have been a thinner piece of leather. And I think so. I think the way that she described it though was that like it was like Chinese style, right? But the restaurant was a Korean restaurant that made stuff Chinese style. Okay. See, this is the reason why I want to get a router. Essentially, like this is a lot of like friction and motion that I'm putting on here to try to get this to like do the thing. That's the primary reason why I want to get a router. It's just like, I think so. I think that's how she described it, which sounds actually really good. She might be getting back to me. They're going to K-Town. Oh! They're going to K-Town. I want to go to K-Town. She and I went to K-Town a couple days ago to have Korean fried chicken at this place. Oh, no, wait. We didn't go to K-Town. We decided against K-Town. We decided against K-Town because we were going to be going to a stationery store in Lower Manhattan. And because of that, we stayed in Lower Manhattan. We had Korean fried chicken there. I kind of thought that it just needed more sauce. It was otherwise fine. I was a little worried though, because like they also served like shit, not shit. They also served shellfish, and she's like allergic. But again, not allergic to the point where like her throat will close up. Hey, Summer. What's the matter, Furball? You back? Did you have a snack? Are you going back under the bed sheets? Oh God, what a lazy cat today. You going back under the bed sheets? Want help? You going in? You going in? You want a headbutt? Oh, let me get a headbutt. You think she's so cute? She thinks she's very cute, guys. I don't think she knows what she wants. Let me let her figure it out. Don't play with that. You're sniffing around my tools now. Hey, hey. Want to pick you up? Yes. Yeah, you do. No, let me hold your feet. Let me hold your feet. Let me hold your feet. See, better, right? Better? Say hi, everybody. They said hi to you. She's like, no. Fine. Just wants to be in my lap. I ever tell you the tragedy of my cat's a pain in the butt? It's very similar to the tragedy of Dark Plagueis the Wise. But my cat's a pain in the butt. That's all. Alright, she just jumped out of my lap. Maybe I should flip this around. It's about the same shape. Okay. Look at this side now. You going to a nap? Hey, lift this up for you. You going under? Oh yeah, there you go. Going under? Oh no, it's collapsing. What do you want? You want to be on top? She doesn't know what she wants. It's cats. Oh. The good thing about Tokonol is you can kind of tell where you worked already, right? Because it's just going to be very slick. And I do like how the surfaces come off. Like this is very rough here, right? Oh god, it's kind of blurry. But when you compare it to the other side, I smoothed it down significantly. Right, so we're going to be doing that all the way around to get a much more professional looking edge. Because that's, like, honestly, I want my stuff to all look very nice, you know? I want it to be very photographable. Is that a word? It is now. This shit to look, like, very pretty on Instagram. Or what's the other one? I mean, occasionally I'll post these things onto the Twitter. The official Dick Record Twitter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I say it like that sometimes. As you guys may know, I was brought up during a time where being an edgelord was cool. Oh, she's making biscuits. She didn't know what she wanted to do. She's like, I'm gonna make something too. She's making biscuits right now. She's kneading the dough. this in place. You see, this is the reason why I want to get like a router. I think I have a drill. I think I just, because like if I get a router, it was just like a hand drill essentially. I'm gonna be doing the same thing, just holding it in place and letting the drill do the work. I'd have to get new heads like this. Which I don't mind doing if I could save myself this work. Yeah. Like usually she'll need like a blanket and go like as she chews it. She's like, I'm making biscuits. It's like, all right, baby girl, you make your biscuits. She's still making biscuits. Yeah, it basically like I think something that like they do because it like shows that like they miss their mommy, or maybe it's just, like it's comforting for them. It's a thing that they did as a baby, and she's still a baby. She's a 12-year-old baby. She's still a baby. She's always gonna be a baby. You're always gonna act like a baby. I applied Tokonol to this surface twice. I don't like how this is looking. Maybe I should do it again to the other sides. Yo, what's up, Chuck? How you doing, dude? Actually trying to make biscuits? I mean, she might be. I got the your cookie still does that? Yeah, it's cute, right? I got the easy bake oven for her over here. I'm kidding. I don't actually let her near an easy bake oven. Although, now that I've brought that up unceremoniously, who else wanted an easy bake oven growing up? I feel like as a male, I did, and I couldn't have it because that shit was for girls. But like real talk, the thought of getting like delicious warm cakes whenever I wanted them, my god, as a kid, that's still like even today that appeals to me. I want a fucking easy bake oven now. Shit. How's your week been, Chuck? I started it Friday, wait, Thursday night. I started it at exactly 12:30 Thursday night. Oh, that game's been fantastic. Did you start it yet, Chuck? Did you start it yet? Did you start it yet? Oh, it's amazing. I'm going to be playing it later. Oh, it's such a good remake. It's such a good game. And I think it's so much better than original. I know that you like original. I'm not the biggest fan of original RE4. My god, this I actually feel kind of spookied in that game. Like I feel tension that I did not feel in 4. Original 4. You got to Ashley? Oh, I didn't even get that far. I got to like the farm. And then I was just like, it is like 2 a.m. I need to get off. I got a date tomorrow. I need to show up not looking like hell. You know what happened too? I showed up to my date looking like hell because I couldn't get to sleep after playing Resident Evil till 2 in the morning. So, so I tried watching a horror movie to like bring me down because I'd been watching the Junji Ito collection on Netflix, and that shit usually knocks me out because it's so boring. So I figured maybe I should just watch a schlocky horror film, and then I got really invested, so I couldn't like get myself to go to sleep at any point. So I was just like, I guess I'm finishing this. I guess I'm finishing this. I think that this one though, the remake feels like a proper RE game because I feel like there's actual horror there. The original one did not scare me. and it never did, and it was just like I never felt like I was like under any duress. Well, I guess under duress, but not scared duress, right? It's just like, ugh, fuck this thing. I hate this thing, you know. But I know that tons of people love that game. I just disagree with all. Oh, sorry, Micro. Yes, yes. It was this toy where you could like bake cakes using the heat of a light bulb, very specific light bulb. It was like an electric toy, right? I don't know if it was battery operated or you plugged it in, but essentially like it came with like these cake molds, and you poured like you'd mix water with the batter that they sold, poured it into the molds, and then you put it in the easy bake oven. The light turned on, cooked it just with the power of this little light, and then you had like a delicious cake within like, I don't know, 3 minutes. And it was all for you, and that's probably why I wanted it. Because I'm a big fatty. It was plugged in. I never got one. I wanted one as a kid, but you know what? My stepfather was the kind of guy who would openly call me a slur if I would have said that I wanted one of those. So, I didn't get one of those growing up. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. It's not enough batter, that's what it is. It's like a very small amount of batter so that like the cake is maybe 3/4 of a centimeter thick. Like it's a very small cake. So it cooks very quickly. That was the whole thing. If you only have like a small amount. I have that stuff here, Link Soul. And you know what? Now that you bring it up, that's probably why I thought it was a good idea. Right? It's just like, I should get this so I can have cake whenever I want because I am still a child at heart. How you doing, Link Soul? How was prop night last night? I did not get a chance to stick around. I turned on my computer long enough to go, like I set up a lurk, and then like I realized like shortly thereafter, I really should just go to sleep. You know? So I didn't get the chance to stick around. Yeah, it's super thin. Would it? Oh yeah, because the eggs are dehydrated, so I guess like you don't really have to worry about like them getting you sick. I didn't do this part. This is gonna be a pain in the butt. I say that right now. I probably should have. No, there was no way to do this prior to. There was no way to do this prior to. Just gonna have to. We're gonna have to. I don't know. Freebase this. Freeball it. It looked like the two of you were having fun. It looked like the two of you were having fun. I think Prop Night's on sale someplace too. I recently saw it. Was it in the Humble store? I think it's on sale in the Humble store. Not that I'm gonna get it. It's this. There's too many games. I just picked up what was it? Daymare 1998, which is like another third-person survival horror game. I'm just gonna save it for October. Sometimes if I can't get like a good, what's it called? So this thing has grooves, right? And if I can't get like this thing into the grooves for whatever reason, like this is like differentially shaped in both points, and like there's actually a gap here so that this can actually close as a wallet. I just use the end of this and I just like basically hit it, you know? And I don't know if that's right, but whatever. And again, it's more about friction and going over it rather than like pressure, so. Most box mixes have eggs in them. That's why they don't need eggs. Like the egg is like dehydrated. It's just like dehydrated egg that's in the mix. Because yeah, like the Betty Crocker stuff, the Betty Crocker mixes. There's this historical anecdote about how Betty Crocker cake mixes way back in the day, it was just add water and then put in the oven. And people didn't like it because they felt like they weren't really properly cooking. So Betty Crocker did some market research after that, and they were just like, well, if you add this one step where they have to add an egg, they found out that if people had to add an egg, it felt more like they were doing proper cooking, and it made them feel better about the process of making an instant cake using Betty Crocker cake mix. And so that's why, even though the mixes themselves contain powdered egg, you still have to add one raw egg. It's all psychological. Oh yeah, that's right. Raw flour is also a problem, isn't it? Because like people don't realize that like you can't just eat raw flour. Hmm. Accidentally, possibly. Okay, now I gotta do the top. Top's gonna be weird. Let me make sure I catch up on chat. So I don't know if I mentioned this. I just got to the farm very early in the. I'm still in chapter 1 in Resident Evil 4, and you know, I move on from there today, obviously, or planning to. Watch me die again a bunch of times to like something stupid. Early, like during my first playthrough, even though I managed to get through the demo, no problem. I kept dying to Dr. Salvador in the homestead, I think it's called. That first village portion of the game where Dr. Salvador is just like, um, would you like some brownies, sir? And I'm just like, no. And he's like, oh shit, brownies! And he just wants to serve you brownies that he cuts up using his brand new chainsaw that he got at Modell's. Is Modell still around? You know what? Hashtag not sponsored. I've heard that. It's like it's raw flour can be dangerous, but I've never experienced it myself, so therefore I choose to not agree. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Guys, don't eat raw flour. Real talk. Do not eat raw flour. In fact, next time you go home, make sure to microwave all of your flour or just put it in the oven. That's also a joke. That is also a joke. Please do not do that. Please just consume your favorite treats responsibly. Oh, she passed out. She's done making biscuits. I guess she put them in the oven. I guess she put the biscuits in the oven. Now she's taking a break. What a good girl. These biscuits gonna be real good, right, baby girl? She's like, I don't want to hear it. I'm trying to take a nap. That is true. And it really depends also on like where you have them, right? Like, because American eggs not very well taken care of. Just like American chickens are not very well taken care of. So like you really don't want to eat too many poultry products raw in America, but you can. What the hell is that? Oh shit! There's like a flap of leather there. Where's my? There you are. Yeah. Yes. And that's like the main issue with like a lot of American products is that like they're not, right? There are places in Japan. Well, first and foremost, like most eggs you can get in Japan, you can eat raw, right? And it's to the point where like that's just a normal part of the diet in Japan, raw egg. You know, there's a thing called kake gohan where you just crack a raw egg on top of your rice and you mix and you eat it. The egg cooks a little bit, but not fully in the heat of the rice. But you know, you just enjoy the taste of the egg, right? What else? Over donburi? Is it donburi? The beef bowls. There's typically you crack a raw egg over those and just like eat that like that, right? Um, there's a dish called oyakodon, which is raw egg, which is just like added to chicken over chicken. It's cooked a little bit, but not fully, or at least it shouldn't be cooked fully. The better restaurants will not cook it fully. The egg, I mean, not the chicken. The chicken usually gets cooked fully, but there are places in Japan where you can go and actually have raw chicken, and that usually goes against a lot of people's like natural instincts with regards to raw chicken. And I'm not going to tell you you should change that. I'm not going to, like, because you know raw chicken is still like some people just don't want to eat raw chicken. I get it. Don't I'm not going to force you to, but they do have it there. You can eat raw chicken in some places in Japan. Um, as someone who's made chicken just a little bit too close to underdone, but it was still fine and I didn't get sick, I will say that like slightly undercooked chicken does not have a great texture, right? And that's why you want a fully cooked chicken, in addition to the fact that you don't want to get sick, because cooking also breaks down the proteins such that you can like eat it better. It's gonna have a better eating mouthfeel, I guess it's what it's called. So, like, in addition to all the other health concerns, I also recommend fully cooking chicken just because, you know? Oh, that's true too. I don't fully like when I make sunny side up eggs. Oh, that's so good. Just like having the goo. My mom used to be like, "Don't dip the thing," and it's just like, "But that's the point," into the runny egg. It's like that's the point. Although I remember when I was much younger, I couldn't eat like semi-raw eggs like that, like soft-boiled eggs or sunny side up eggs. It would give me like a minor headache. I remember that. Like there was always a headache after eating that type of egg, but it stopped as I hit adulthood. I think. Are we done? I think we're done. I think we're done. Yes. Oh gods. That reminds me. What was it? What the first time I was on a cruise, there were signs all over the place. The only time I was on a cruise, I should say, there were signs all over the place saying like, "Hey, so like, you should eat stuff that's fully cooked and blah blah blah. It's not our responsibility." Because there's all these like fine dining restaurants on the cruise ship that would like take liberties with that sort of thing. But it's so like essentially they were trying to post like disclaimers, but they posted them all over the place to the point where it's just like, my God, is this really a problem? Do people get that sick on cruises? And I guess the answer really is like, yeah, kind of. Okay, I think this is finished. I may need to like rub it down a little bit. I don't think I have to apply any oils to it, but I think we're done. All right, this will be going out to my friend. Slightly raw is goo. Oof. I just remember the muscle tendons being like very stringy. You know what I mean? Like if it's just like slightly undercooked, but it's still fully cooked, it's kind of stringy. That's what I didn't like about it, right? That's what I didn't like about it. Oh, the eggs in Japan taste so much better. But I think like the raw eggs, I guess I've never had a raw egg in America. It's just food in general tastes so much better over there. Guys, if you've never been to Japan, if you've never been overseas, I highly recommend taking trips overseas. There we go. I don't think he's here right now, so I can't announce who this is for, but this is actually for a friend of mine who is a regular in chat. It's going in a package with another thing. I'll let them know later on as I take photographs of it to send to other people. I didn't even ask them whether or not they wanted this. This is just like this is a thing that I'm making you. Because they redeemed a certain thing. That'll all be made very clear, I guess, shortly. But yeah, I think this is done. I really like how this came out. The edges are nice and glossy. Shiny. Your employee keeps pestering you to go to Japan. Tell them, listen, you got kids. That's the main problem, right? Like it's not a problem, but it's the main reason why it's hard for you to travel overseas. Taking kids overseas. I don't know if you've ever done that, but like my God, imagine trying to get kids to sit still for like, if you go on a direct flight, it's like 14 hours. They're not going to want to sit still for 14 hours. Likewise, you're not going to want to like drop them off at like grandma's or the in-laws for like a week and change, you know? It's hard. But when they're older, oh my god, that'll be so awesome for you to all go, right? Oh yeah, and there's places in Japan, Sin, that there's this restaurant in Japan where they want to showcase the taste, the flavors of different raw eggs from different regions. And so like they have like it's like a buffet and you can get different eggs from like different egg producers and it'll say like, you know, like this chicken was raised on a diet of like yuzu and blah 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 and this chicken was raised on a diet of like, you know, this and that. And so like each of the eggs has different colors and tastes based on, you know, like their diet and it's amazing. It's amazing that they have like a place where it's just like this is the main thing. Raw egg. There's a thing for rice over there. Get your rice. Crack the raw egg over the rice. Try that shit out. Oh, what do you think? What do you think? Yeah, a little sweet, little citrusy, right? What do you think's in there? That's yuzu, baby. That's yuzu. That's yuzu. That's not mizu. That's yuzu. I'm sorry, I made that joke. I really like it over there. I want to go back. But I don't have my passport. My the woman that I'm dating, she said like she's planning on going to Japan this summer. I don't recommend going in the summer, but she since she's a teacher, her long vacations tend to be in the summer, and she's planning on going this summer because her friend's having a wedding there, and I was like, I really want to go, but like she also like we were talking about it like last night, and she was telling me like it's slowly becoming a family vacation, so I'm like, all right, I guess they'll just have to put up with all the banging sounds from our room. And she's like, no. We're dating, but she's not my girlfriend yet. We've only been together for like a month. But she like I keep joking about like these things. It's a form of flirting, you know. It was just like come on, you're just gonna make a lot of banging noises. We're just gonna and there'll be a lot of groaning. And crying, mainly from me. I finished this. I should wash my hands. I'm gonna switch over to Resident Evil, actually. I kind of want to see if I can, like, wash this up a little over here, because I got a little bit of spillage over that, Tokonol, and as I tried to wipe it away, I just kind of massaged it in a little bit. And it's fine that it's there, because, like, it is, like, a protective fluid, but, like, I kind of don't like that, like, it's marring the surface ever so slightly. But then again, I also did plenty of marring with the uneven stitching, so that's my fault. These are all my fault. This is the type of thing that happens when you make a handmade wallet. I really hope that the person that I'm sending this to likes it. I don't care if they choose not to use it, because, like, it's not their real initials. It's their initials. But you know, I made it for them and I hope that they like it. You know, just as like a token of gratitude. Or redeeming probably one of the most insane things that I've ever put on here. Anyway, you gotta wake up in 3 minutes. Jesus Christ. Micro, why did you not go to sleep? Oh, Christ, this is my fault. All right. Micro, you have a good waking up ceremony. I don't know how you do that shit, man. I know that you have issues with sleeping, but my God. Take care, Micro. Good luck with the rest of the day. Holy shit. Holy shit. We're going to switch over to Resident Evil 4. I only need a few minutes. And to clean up, I had to vacuum a little because we did some sanding earlier. I had to switch games. I had to do 700 shoutouts. I know, Micro, but like, I'm sorry. I don't envy you either. I was like, that's real not great. I don't know. So we're gonna switch over. All right. So give me a few minutes. Some of y'all are gonna get ads, as I did not mark what time I came back. Also, I have to remember to send Goose a sticker. Some of y'all are gonna get ads. I apologize, but we'll be right back, and then we'll switch over to Resident Evil 4, and I'll do the shoutouts first, then I'll switch over to Resident Evil 4. One of the you guys understand, right? Somebody must understand better than I do. Be right back.